In my whole life, I have known no wise people, over a broad subject matter area, who didn't read all the time. None. Zero. You'd be amazed at how much Warren reads, and at how much I read. My children laugh at me. They think I'm a book with a couple of legs sticking out. To get what you want, you have to deserve what you want. The world is not yet a crazy enough place to reward a whole bunch of undeserving people. The best thing a human being can do is to help another human being know more. Always take the high road. It's far less crowded. Take a simple idea and take it seriously. Like Warren, I had a considerable passion to get rich, not because I wanted Ferraris, I wanted independence. I desperately wanted it. Not everybody can learn everything. No matter how hard you try, there is always some guy or girl who achieves more. My attitude is, so what? Does any of us need to be at the very top of the whole world? It's ridiculous. The big money is not in the buying and the selling, but in the waiting. A great business at a fair price is superior to a fair business at a great price. You don't have to be brilliant, only a little bit wiser than the other guys, on average, for a long time. People calculate too much and think too little. You don't have to have the kind of ability that quantum mechanics requires. You just have to know a few simple things and really know them. I constantly see people rise in life who are not the smartest, sometimes not even the most diligent, but they are learning machines. They go to bed every night a little wiser than they were when they got up, and boy, does that help, particularly when you have a long run ahead of you. Those who keep learning will keep rising in life. Acknowledging what you don't know is the dawning of wisdom. Assume life will be really tough, and then ask if you can handle it. If the answer is yes, you've won. I met the towering intellectuals in books, not in the classroom, which is natural. I can't remember when I first read Ben Franklin. I had Thomas Jefferson over my bed at 7 or 8. My family was into all that stuff, getting ahead through discipline, knowledge, and self-control. The best armor of old age is a well-spent life perfecting it. Is there such a thing as a cheerful pessimist? That's what I am. Envy is a really stupid sin because it's the only one you could never possibly have any fun at. There's a lot of pain and no fun. Why would you want to get on that trolley? Remember that reputation and integrity are your most valuable assets and can be lost in a heartbeat. Life, in part, is like a poker game, wherein you have to learn to quit sometimes. When holding a much-loved hand, you must learn to handle mistakes and new facts that change the odds. An idiot can diversify a portfolio, or a computer. But the whole trick of the game is to have a few times when you know something is better than average, and invest only where you have that extra knowledge. If that gets you a few opportunities, that's enough. There is no way you can live an adequate life without making many mistakes. Extreme patience combined with extreme decisiveness. Invert, always invert, turn a situation or problem upside down. Look at it backward. The iron rule of nature is, you get what you reward for. If you want ants to come, you put sugar on the floor. Invest in a business any fool can run, because someday a fool will. If it won't stand a little mismanagement, it's not much of a business. Benjamin Franklin was able to make the contribution he did because he had financial freedom. A lot of people with high IQs are terrible investors because they've got terrible temperaments. And that is why we say that having a certain kind of temperament is more important than brains. You need to keep raw irrational emotion under control. You need patience and discipline and an ability to take losses and adversity without going crazy. You need an ability to not be driven crazy by extreme success. I would argue that passion is more important than brain power. The great algorithm to remember in dealing with this tendency is simple: An idea or a fact is not worth more merely because it's easily available to you. Our game is to recognize a big idea when it comes along when one doesn't come along very often. Opportunity comes to the prepared mind. Do the best you can do. Never tell a lie. If you say you're going to do it, get it done. Nobody cares about an excuse. I think that people who are professional traders that go into trading cryptocurrencies, it's just disgusting. It's like somebody else is trading turds and you decide I can't be left out. Of course, when people talk about common sense, they mean uncommon sense. Every time you hear that someone has common sense, it means that he has uncommon sense, and it's much harder to have common sense than is generally thought. When you borrow a man's car, always return it with a tank of gas. There's only one way to the top: hard work. You'll do better if you have passion for something in which you have aptitude. If Warren Buffett had gone into ballet, no one would have heard of him. Being smart and doing something that no one has done before are two different things. It's amazing how intelligent it is just to spend some time sitting. A lot of people are way too active. And the great useful model, after compound interest, is the elementary math of permutations and combinations. To this day, I have never taken a course anywhere, in chemistry, economics, psychology, or business. If you took our top 15 decisions out, we'd have a pretty average record. It wasn't hyperactivity, but a hell of a lot of patience. You stuck to your principles, and when opportunities came along, you pounced on them with vigor.